kill Drako the Ruler at a packed-out festival.
Chaos at a packed concert featuring rap legends like Snoop Dogg and Ice Cube. A person was stabbed and police have shut down the show.
Well, a man is reported dead after being stabbed at a concert in Exposition Park last night. TMZ is reporting the victim was rapper Drako the Ruler. It happened around 8:30 last night during the Once Upon a Time in LA music festival being held at the Bank of California Stadium.
A couple of days ago, I made a post where I announced I'm about to expose and reveal who killed a really famous LA rapper. A lot of famous LA rappers have died. I never said the name of who I was about to expose. But when that post went up, almost immediately, hit dogs began hollering. One of the hit dogs who's been hollering the loudest, trying to get me not to drop this video, is Inglewood family blood Munchie B, who Drako the Ruler famously dissed in his Inglewood diss when he says, "I just dropped 50 on a blind ninja, he ain't see it coming." He was talking about Munchie B. Munchie B thought that targeting me and my parents for something one of my relatives did would sway me from dropping this video. It didn't. Munchie would even make a threat that he wasn't done with me and he was gonna be at me every day if I dropped this video.
Frederick, your real name, you know what I'm saying? But whatever, Frederick, Jala. I'm gonna tell you why your name, that last name, on Inglewood family. Any female need to run from the Jala last name. It ain't straight. On any resume, it ain't straight. I swear to God, bro. Flakko. I'm not done right here, bro. I'm on your bumper because you're you's a horny frog, bro.
On Bloods, why this nigga so mad? Come on, Blood, I don't understand. Blood, why this nigga so mad? Swoop! Because I'm confused, all right? If you have nothing to do with Drako the Ruler's death, if you or your homies and Inglewood families have nothing to do with Drako the Ruler's death, then why are you going so hard trying to get me not to drop this video? Once that didn't work, another blood from Inglewood called Frosty the Snowman, who in my opinion was put up to this by Munchie B, called Adam 22 and began to threaten Adam 22 that if I drop this video exposing Drako the Ruler's killer, that they're gonna treat it as if no jumper dropped it. This is just age-old LA tactics.
This kind of content, it's gonna get treated like no jumper's the ones dropping that content.
Definitely.
Which, he's right. On one hand, I think Flakko's totally within his right to expose whatever the he wants to say about an ongoing investigation. Because I mean, it's not any different than what happens in the real media world, where the New York Times, if they find out that there's an investigation going on into a alleged crime that Donald Trump committed, they are going to publish an article.
We've been dealing with LA, that they seen members from YG Crew, 400 members, they were in that van. When they finally hopped out the vehicle, they began to walk past several members of 400 and YG Crew with 400 shirts on. They also walked past several BPS members. One member right here you see have a Cardinals jacket on. When Drako finally walked in, it was a literal united Blood Nation front against Drako. A private investigator says when he reviewed the footage of Drako at the festival getting into the altercation that took his life, he counted 113 Blood members who swarmed Drako. It was perfectly clear this wasn't something that happened on a whim. This was something that was carefully and strategically planned out. This was a murder that was planned out days in advance. Because when Drako walked in, people had on ski masks. A rapper named K7 who was fighting next to Drako identified the man who was able to sneak in the knives to give to the assassins. His name is Gloves. He was YG's security guard for years, and he still is.
Cheers.
I'm speaking facts, bro. YG in real life, and all the bro. I don't give a bro. I'm so mad, bro. On my mama, bro. YG did some hoe, bro. And if I see cut, I'ma slap the shit with that. On all this puff talking like they hard, bro, but you fighting big ass security. You got those security guards fighting. Like, come on, bro. That's cool, bro. On my mama, bro. The big ass ball security guard snuck in knives, all type of weird.
The person he's saying snuck the knives in that was used to kill Drako is a man by the name of Big Gloves, as you see right here. He's YG's security guard. Anywhere you see YG, you see him. This was strategically and methodically planned because as soon as Drako walked in at 8:30, and by 8:32, it already sparked off. They were already in place, already had their knives, waiting for Drako to walk in so they could murder Drako.
All you have to do is type in the amount, the customer puts their card on the phone, money hits your account instantly. All right, man, I think this is your destination.
We got there at 8:30. It was cracking at 8:32, like type shit. Like,
Wow.
yeah, that's the type of shit. Yeah.
I think your mom said it was around 40 to 60 men in masks.
No, it was like 100 and something.
Really?
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying?
What do you say to people saying it was a setup? Because they were saying he shouldn't have been on the same bill as some of those other people at all.
I mean, shit, it's pretty self-explanatory. I mean, you know, they're not. I wouldn't say, you know what I'm saying. That if you know, you know. Like, you know what I'm saying. We pulled up at 8:30, 8:32. It was cracking like this, shit like that.
So I'm guessing you saw it happen.
Yeah, I mean, I think everything happened in motion. Like, you know what I'm saying, right then and there. It wasn't no 70 people packing out Drako. Like, you know what I'm saying? It just happened right there.
Yeah.
I feel like it just happened like all in one motion. Like, you know what I'm saying? Nobody ever got to Drako, like, to just get Drako. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was all in one motion.
Yeah.
The footage of them getting swarmed from 100 Bloods, from Pyrus to Inglewood families to BPS, that's on YouTube. Now, if you look at the still shot from this video, you see Drako is behind his security. Drako is still swinging, but he's behind his security. Now, a lot of people mistakenly believe this is the footage of Drako getting stabbed. It's not. When they walked in, they walked past BPS members, Inglewood family members, a lot of Bloods, they weren't fazed. They began to walk, trying to get to their place, trying to get on stage, trying to perform. Drako homie Chiefin Heavily, who has a store in LA, he falls behind. And as he falls behind the group, they try to rob him for his chain. Some Blood members try to rob him for his chain. When they try to rob him, he was able to escape. And he runs over to Drako, Ralphie, and the crew and says, yo, they just try to rob me. Some Bloods try to rob me. Drako says, what? Draco's security, Coop, tells Drako, hey, yo, keep pushing. Keep going. Drako said, F that. Who did it? As Drako turned around to try to figure out who tried to rob his homies, they swarmed them. They absolutely swarmed them. Now, they was fighting for about a minute. Drako did not get stabbed in that video. Drako did not get stabbed in that video. They were fighting for about a minute. As they are fighting for about a minute, LAPD begins to walk down, so the crowd begins to disperse. However, there's people still there. Now, LAPD is shouting, the security guard is shouting at LAPD, yo, get them, get them. Multiple dudes then bum rush Drako and his security guard, Coop. Coop then was able to get one dude, but then the other dude was able to go around Coop and stab Drako in his neck and stabbed him. Coop is yelling at LAPD, get him. LAPD then flashed the light, and before they could flash the light, the dude took off. But who was that dude that stabbed Drako in his neck? Who was it? He's a friend of Munchie B called Frankenstone. His legal name is Frank Williams. Now, this particular screenshot right here is footage from another murder Frank Williams is involved in. We are not going to show the footage or identify the victim of the murder because we personally don't want to include the victim in anything out of respect for him and his family. That footage that I'm not gonna show nor identify who the victim was, that footage is of Frankenstone, AKA Frank Williams, stabbing another victim in the neck after an altercation at an after party spot. He murdered this victim the same way he murdered Drako. The victim held his hand out to shake Frank Williams' hand. Frank Williams refused to shake his hand and then stalked him all across the building and then ultimately stabbed him. Now, the police believe that he did this to promote or assist the Black Peace Stones. He's currently